And Jacob Fatu with the boot. He's just such a badass. It's so great.
Excuse me. What in the world are you thinking?
Mean Gene, the first thing you need to do is to tell these people to shut up if you want to hear what I gotta say.
What up, y'all? It's KMB, the Sexy Ninja, in the place to be for Paper Saber Universe, and this is the New World Podcast, brother. We're talking about SmackDown, August 23rd, 2024, in Washington, D.C. Bash in Berlin is next week. I'm very excited about that show. We started off with the Grayson Waller effect. His guest is Cody. Cody comes out, and I love what Grayson Waller does here. He cuts off. He's like, no one wants to hear the, whoa, cringy whoa, and this and that. And then but right when Cody was like, what do you want to talk about? And Grayson Waller's like, oh, what do we want to talk about? I was just like, man, I was wondering if you got notes from Triple H. He's like, yeah, just be the biggest dick you can be. But, they're going on at Cody like, hey, why Kevin Owens? Why is he the one? Blah, blah, blah. We have footage right here that shows he can't be trusted or anything like that. And then for them running their mouths, you say his name, he shows up. Here comes Kevin Owens. He's on the mic. He says, yeah, I did what I did. And everybody up there deserved that. What happened to them? And I was like, except Kofi Kingston. He said, Kofi did not deserve that. But then he goes, hey, can we just get Nick out here? I want to make this match happen. Like this tonight, main event, tag team match, Cody, Kevin versus these two buffoons. And Nick's like, sure. And then my favorite part is like, Kevin's like, hey, is it okay if I punch their faces real quick? I know we're on time and everything, but it's okay. And Nick's like, fine with me. So him and Cody go after Grayson Waller and Austin Theory. And what I like about this too is the fact that Cody put it out there saying like, hey, Grayson Waller's using you. So that turn is going to happen, and I don't know when, but the turn for Austin Theory to go face will happen. But it's a slow build to get to that. But then we go into our United States Championship. We get L.A. Knight, yeah, versus Santos Escobar. Banger, classic. LA Knight got the win. I'm glad that he said he's going to go to Bash in Berlin later on with Byron. He tells him, I'm going to Bash in Berlin, and I will defend his championship over there as well. And everyone will know the name, LA Knight. Yeah! So, awesome match, man. I got to say, this was my match of the night. Mello promo, he's at the barber shop. Here comes Andrade. They had that banger last week. And Andrade's like, you're just being disrespectful. That's why, we got into it. And we're going to get another match. And I don't know when. I want it, though. I really want these two to go at it. And I want it to be at a pay-per-view just so we don't get cut to commercials. We just see these two go balls to the wall insane. That's what I want. LDF is backstage. Santos is pissed, because he lost the match. And Apollo and Baron, they're kind of like, you're losers. Then Santos is like, you know what? I'll go talk to Nick and we'll settle this next week. So we're going to get that. I was like, okay, we're building up, and that's going to be in Germany, the next SmackDown. So that's fun. Naomi and Bianca and Jade versus Fire Dawn and Blair Davenport. It was okay for the most part. But Naomi, Bianca, and Jade get the win, and I love their Olympic gear. Their tribute, Olympic gear that's tributed to people that are at the Olympics. That's just awesome. Like, I really like that a lot. We got a solo promo before the match. He takes Jacob Fatu's title away from him, and he gives it to Tonga Loa, and he's like, hey, here you go. Gives that away, and we're definitely building this bloodline to be a fierce force. So then the Street Profits come out, and we're going to get our big tag team match here, the Bloodline versus the Street Profits for those tag team championships. Fun match. Street Profits and the Bloodline. Bloodline, of course, gets the win, and it ends with DIY coming out. And Jacob Fatu with the boot. He's just such a badass. It's so great. He is such a badass. KO and Cody are backstage before their big match, and it's like, hey, we just got to go out there. Then we go into Byron with BFAB at the Med Bay. Indy and Candice come, and they're like, are they okay? They're like, yeah, they're okay. They're just pissed off. Then we have the Meechin package, and then we get Nia and Tiffy and Pretty Deadly backstage. And Nia's like, I'm not in the mood. I'm going to beat down. I think it's a street fight next week, if my notes here. For Nia and Meechin next week for that championship. Very excited about that. Then like Chelsea and Piper. Chelsea's like, yeah, it's too pink and this and that. Gave me pink eye, the celebration from last week for Nia. And Nia comes in, she's like, hey, quit running your mouth. I'm right here. She's like, oh, whoa. So kind of chasing those two off. She's like, I'm not in the mood. She wants to beat down Meechin, but Meechin has some fire under her as well. Going into the main event, A-Town Down Under versus Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes. I am tired. I can't talk. Yeah, so awesome main event. Cody, Kevin won. The best part about this though was the fact that when Kevin had the championship, and he was like, he looks like he's about to run up and hit Cody, but he does this really weird slide, like, here's your title, and he's like, yeah, the A-Town Down Under. So and that's how we end the show. Kevin, Cody, standing tall, and they got their match next week. This was a fun SmackDown. I gotta say, my match of the night was LA Knight versus Santos Escobar for that United States Championship, and I can say, yeah, that's the match of the night. That's it. That's all. I give it a solid 4 out of 5. SmackDown, August 23rd, 2024. Wade and Corey on commentary in Washington, D.C. Tell me what you thought of the show. Drop those comments below. Hit that link tree to get that K&B the Sexy Ninja merch. And remember that the New World Podcast is for life. Oh, for life, brother.
Washington, D.C. Acknowledge me.